Hello and welcome to Down to the Wire. I'm your host, Cole Young. Because this is our first episode, I'll give you a short rundown of how things are going to work. We're a sports-based opinion talk show where I and special guests will give our 2 cents about a wide variety of sports topics from local to national. I'll be your host every episode and I'll have new and recurring guests with me. Now, here's the fun part. Each week we will have about 5 to 6 topics prepared, but we'll only cover about 3 to 4. We'll have one spinning wheel that decides what subjects we discuss and another spinning wheel that decides how long we will talk about them. We'll talk about them until it comes down to the wire and then spin the wheels again and move on to the next subject. Make sense? All right, let's jump right in. With me today, I have Adam Christensen. Adam, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course, absolutely. So let's jump right in. Let's get going on our first topic. Let's spin these wheels.
Spin the wheel.
All right, looks like we're going Super Bowl for 3 minutes. All right, so as most people know, Super Bowl 53 is coming up in just about a week here. Yeah. Rams and Patriots. Who do you like? What do you got?
Well, I've been struggling over this for a while. You know, you don't want to go against Brady and Belichick. They've just been doing this since I was a baby. So you know Belichick's going to have some scheme up against the Rams defense. Absolutely. So I had to lean Belichick and Brady on this one just for their experience.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, the Patriots do have a 2.5 point favorite in this game. Not a huge spread, but still, you can't give the Patriots anything. You give them an inch, they take a mile.
It's incredible. You get the ball. They get the ball in the first half, and you won't see the ball until the second half. They know how to dominate the clock, run the ball down your throat, and dominate the time of possession game, which will be really important in this.
Exactly. Well, I personally think the Rams are going to take this one. I'd like to see a new winner this year. I think their keys to win this game, though, one, you got to get pressure on Brady. You got to get Donald and Sue in there, just sacking him, getting tackles, putting pressure on him, all that. Another thing, they got to get off the field. They got to get the Patriots off the field too. You can't give Brady time or room to operate. As we saw even last week in the AFC Championship game, I don't know how much time was left on the clock, but they drive down and score, take the game into overtime, and end up winning. You can't leave them time.
No, minute and a half is almost too much time there. They know how to drive down the field with clinical precision, and you know that's what I guess having no fun all week in practice does to you. You get ready to play the games.
Exactly.
So.
I also think the Rams really need to get Todd Gurley going. I think he had 4 carries for 10 yards and a touchdown last week. You can't have that in someone who could be MVP or Offensive Player of the Year. You need to give him touches. You need to get him the ball often.
You know what this is? This is all payback for Gurley going down early on that touchdown in like week 9.
Oh yeah, just
football gods have been looking down on him ever since.
Messing up everyone who bet on the over.
Yeah, you know he's just cursed. So bet against Gurley. He's just cursed for the rest of the year.
And what do you think the keys to win are for the Patriots this
week?
The
Patriots, you got to stop that D-line of the Rams. Donald and Sue in there, they're too good. They're going to be getting back and trying to make Brady run, which is always hilarious. So as much as I can see Brady run, I love that. But you got to get pressure, or you got to stop that pressure from getting to Brady, so he has time to pick out those receivers downfield.
Exactly. And speaking of running, I think the Rams really need to focus on stopping the Patriots' run game too, because Rex Burkhead and Sonny Michel went off last week, so the Rams need to focus on that.
It was a flashback to old school 2000s football last week, just watching them run it down their throats. It was great.
Yep. Well, also there's an over-under of 57, and that's what the highest for one of the highest in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and I'm going to hit it, you know. Who doesn't love some good offense, right?
Life is too short to bet the under.
Yeah, life is way too short to bet the under. Let it ride on the over, and that way you're in it the whole game.
Exactly.
It should be a fun one.
It should be high-powered offenses against each other.
I'm excited to see how it goes down.
I think the key difference will be the Rams' defense if they can shut the Patriots down. Because, like I said, those 2 high-scoring offenses, best defense wins.
Yeah.
Fun fact, we're after the buzzer here, but 11 out of the last 14 Super Bowl champions have been wearing white jerseys, and the Patriots are wearing white this year.
I think that's it. Don't even play the game now. We're good.
All right, let's spin the wheel again, move on to our next topic. Here we go. What do we got?
Where's it going?
Keep going. All right, we got the college football playoffs for 2 minutes, it looks like.
All right, let's get into it.
What do you think? College football playoffs, should we expand it? Are you tired of seeing Alabama, Clemson all the time?
I am, man. It's too boring now. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great games, but you know, maybe if those teams tried to play better teams like themselves in the regular season, we'd get more of those games in college football, and we won't have to wait until the very end of the year to get it. So yeah, I'm all for an expanded playoff. Get teams to play good teams during the year, and give more teams a chance to take on the big dogs at the end of the year.
I agree. I think they should lean towards like the format the NFL has. You should have the 1 through 4 seeds with the first round bye, similar to NFL, and then 8 through 12 just battle it out in the first round. But my only concern is then if we have something like that, then teams like UCF, who claim themselves to be national champions, win 20-something games in a row, and then they finally make it to a bigger name bowl, and they just get absolutely slapped by LSU. So expanding the playoffs kind of makes that question arise of should we allow these teams that look good all season come in and get just absolutely toasted by an SEC team.
Well, I think you saw there have been some upsets in the past. Obviously, we had Boise State winning in the Fiesta Bowl multiple times. So I think the answer is only Boise State. It can be a Group of 5 team that's in the college football playoff. All the other ones just aren't simply good enough. But yeah, I think I like giving those teams a shot. It gets their fan bases excited. It gets people eyes on their school. Boise State's enrollment shot up after that Fiesta Bowl win.
Exactly.
So it doesn't hurt to get more eyes on these lower level programs and try to get as many blue chip football programs in the states as we can.
Exactly. And speaking of underdogs, Clemson came in a pretty big underdog to that game, and they put up 44 points against one of the best Alabama teams we've ever seen.
And it didn't even look close.
No, not even remotely close. After that first pick six on what was it, the first or second drive, it was over from then. So that does give the idea that maybe a lesser team can come in and beat a big team like that.
Yeah.
All right, looks like the time's up for that one. Let's spin the wheel again and keep it going. Here we go. All right, what do we got? Got a couple good topics on there. All right, so it looks like we're talking about all-star games for the next 4 minutes. So the NFL Pro Bowl's this weekend, the NHL All-Star Games this weekend. What are your thoughts just in general on All-Star games as a whole?
I mean, the Pro Bowl's this weekend, I didn't even know. That just shows you how important that game is. I like the NHL All-Star game, because it's a little different than what you normally get in the season of play. You get 3-on-3 tournament, which really gives the best players time and space to show off their skill and show them why they're so good. The only hampering for that is that not a lot of people make it. So you got a lot of guys that really deserve an all-star name on their resume, and they just aren't getting it. But the Pro Bowl is just boring. I mean, nobody really, not even the players care about it. So why would you want to?
I mean, I kind of disagree because it always starts off boring. They're always afraid to hit each other because no one wants to get hurt, understandably. But I think it usually picks up, and then they always have the trick plays, the long bombs, and they did recently add, they do the skills competition things, which. It's weird, but it is fun. I think it was today or yesterday, they had Von Miller doing the pass competition, and he just completely missed every single target.
Yeah.
And then they add in dodgeball too, which, again, a little weird. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be the first person to say I'd love to see Patrick Mahomes just winging people with a dodgeball. It'd be awesome.
You don't want somebody's head getting taken off.
But exactly the point. It'd make it more exciting instead of just people pushing each other around in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, for sure. I like basketballs is good because you can tell the players really have fun with it.
A lot of crazy dunks.
Yeah, a lot of crazy dunks. They just kind of get out of the way and let the star players do their thing, and a lot of jabbing back and forth and talking with the camera. So they really know how to play up the occasion, which I like. And it gets fans more excited about it. Dunk contest is always a fun time.
Yeah, dunk contest and three-point contest, I think, make NBA All-Star Game possibly the best one. I mean, watching Steph Curry and Klay Thompson just rain threes for what is it?
I could watch that all day.
Exactly, yeah.
It's so smooth. So smooth.
Exactly, and like you said, dunk contest is always fun to watch. How about baseball? What do you think about baseball? Because I mean,
baseball is all right. I mean, I feel like it's good for hardcore fans that really want to see your best on best action.
Exactly.
So see those best pitchers against the best hitters, it'd be fun. But there's not a whole lot of reasons for the casual fan to watch anymore.
That's true.
So they're struggling with that. What do you think about the World Series not being on the line anymore? Home field
I
advantage?
actually was not aware of that. Because I always knew that determined the World Series, and I thought that was a good idea. It gives them incentive to try a little bit more, as opposed to the Pro Bowl or things like that. But so that is interesting. They took that out. So it's just for nothing now, pretty much?
I guess it's just for nothing. It's just to get the extra money, which I guess.
And you can say I was an all-star.
Yeah. Write it on your Hall of Fame ballot, all-star.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
I didn't decide if I was home or away, but I was an all-star.
I was an all-star. That's all that matters.
Home run derby is you gotta root for the home run derby.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch.
Good. Get Chris Berman in there going back. You can't beat it. It's the best. It reminds me of childhood. So.
I always think about that one year. Remember Josh Hamilton on the Rangers? They hit 32, and then ended up losing too. So it was fun to watch. And all right, well that was pointless. You just wasted all your energy hitting 32.
Do you even remember who won that year?
I had a conversation about this with a friend not that long ago, and I completely spaced.
I can't even remember.
That shows you how unimportant it was.
Josh Hamilton won.
Josh Hamilton won in my book, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What other All-Star Game opinions you got? Are you going to watch the Pro Bowl this weekend?
Probably not.
Not gonna watch it at all.
Maybe I'll catch up on the highlights. I'll watch it towards the end when they're trying all their random trick plays and stuff. Maybe see a couple mascots get tackled here or there. Might be fun.
Yeah, if nobody in the audience has seen Jamal Adams hitting the Patriots mascot, it is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
It was the
He's
best.
standing there signing a ball, minding his own business, sees the Patriots mascot, drops everything, and just
Red overtakes him.
full on jumps and starfishes him right in the head. The mascot looked like he was in pain.
Yeah, he looked like that hurt a little bit.
He did not know it was coming for sure.
I mean, who knew getting tackled by an NFL pro hurts? Wow.
Especially Jamal Adams, possibly one of the hardest hitting safeties in the NFL.
I think he would kill me. I think he would literally
I think
more than
he would
just the wind getting knocked out.
Yeah.
I just
That's
couldn't breathe anymore.
loss of consciousness. All right, that's all the time we got for that one, and I believe that is our last topic. All right, no, looks like we got more. Just kidding. Let's spin the wheel again. Keep it going. What do we got? See what big money.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
All right, looks like we're talking about basketball for 3 minutes, and more importantly, we're going to be talking about local Boise State basketball. So we got the men's team, who's, to put it nicely, not doing so well, and the women's team, who is just completely shining. What do you think are the reasons, I guess, why the men's team isn't looking that great and the women's is?
Yeah, well, for the men's, I think the number one thing has been their consistency of late. They just can't put together a string of really consistent games. They'll lose a couple in a row to some teams they shouldn't beat, and then they'll lose a 1-point game to a really good Nevada team, or they'll beat San Diego State.
And then they'll follow up that 1-point loss with a 14-point loss to Air Force.
Yeah, and so I think the key for them, I mean, obviously losing Chandler this last year was huge. Anytime you lose an NBA talent, he's going to hurt you.
NBA talent.
Yeah, and he's doing his thing in the NBA, which is great for him. But he left behind a team that may not have known how to do it without him. So they're struggling to find their way. They're getting there though. They have Justinian Jessup, who's lighting it up from beyond the arc. They got Zach Haney down low, boxing people out. So just developing those skills more, I think they'll get back to some consistency. On the women's side, though, I mean, they're locking it down. They're scoring, I think, almost 70 points or 75 points a game, something like that.
That's a lot for a college team.
Yeah, they're just making it rain from beyond the arc. Good passing. They're averaging a lot of assists. And then turnovers. They're averaging 21 points of turnovers, off turnovers per game.
And was it 9 steals per game?
Yeah, 9 steals. So doing it from the defense out, which you love to see. That's going to win you championships. It's going to win you a lot of ball games. So they're setting themselves up for a nice little run here come March.
Do you think they can squeak into that tournament come March?
I do. I mean, they squeaked in last year, and they just ran into obviously a dominant Louisville team.
Oh yeah.
But they're shaping up to have like a really good team this year to maybe make some noise in the tournament, maybe get an upset or two.
Going back to the men's, they're 8-11. They're 3-3 in conference. They're on a 3-game losing streak, 5-4 at home and 2-5 on the road. Clearly not numbers you want to hear when thinking about your own team. But do you think they can turn around, at least make some bracket,
Yeah, well, the good news is in basketball, you just have to win your conference tournament. Win your conference tournament and you're in. So they have shown their potential this year to go far in this tournament. They can hang with the teams like Nevada and San Diego State, which they will have to beat come tournament time. So yeah, I don't think it's too late. They're 3-3, they're 500, so they can go on a little run here, position themselves for a run nicely in the conference tournament, and then from there, you never know. It's March.
That's true. Magic happens in March.
Magic happens in March.
Well, they got Wyoming this Saturday at home, which it's always a good game. Interconference plays always brings out the best.
It's going to be a fun time at Taco Bell Arena.
And then we got Nevada again. So I feel like those 2 games are going to really define how the rest of the season plays out.
Yeah, if they can win those 2 and start a little run here, they can definitely do good things later in the season. It's just got to find some consistency on defense and start making some of those long balls, and they should be fine.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be great to see us go into a March tournament, but don't know when that's going to happen.
Fingers crossed, maybe. Hey, you never know. Basketball's a weird sport. It can happen.
All right, well, it looks like that's all the subjects and all the time we have for today. We really went down to the wire today. Thanks for watching our first episode. I'm Cole Young. I want to thank Adam Christensen for being here with us this week.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.